Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another Red Dead Redemption 2 video. My name is Saintsfan, and today I have 7 things that I think you need to know about your horse in the game. These are some things that I actually recently just found out about, and the reason is because while Rockstar made a wonderful game here, a lot of little things they don't actually tell you. You have to either find out on your own, which is hard to do sometimes, or you watch it in a video like this. But the 7 things you need to know about your horse. Let's go ahead and get in. The first thing, this one is kind of a cool thing, and it definitely comes in handy sometimes. You can jump straight onto your horse from higher ground. So if you're up on a cliff that's not too high, or if you're on the second story of a building, especially in Saint Denis, there's a lot of buildings with the balconies. If your horse is right below you, and you jump off, if in midair you hit Y, you can actually just hop on your horse straight away. That saves a lot of time because you don't want to fall off of that balcony, let's say, hit the ground, stumble and bumble and everything. You get shot a couple times and then you have to get on your horse, and sometimes your horse runs away. Just hop on your horse straight from the balcony or from that higher ground and you can get away a lot quicker. So I thought that was really cool. Next thing, and I had no idea about this. This may be kind of obvious for some people, but you can actually dismount your horse to either side depending on what you want. It's not random. I always thought it was random. I kept hitting Y, and then sometimes my guy would get off on the left. Sometimes he'd get off on the right, and I was like, okay, why is he doing this? But if you want to choose, just hold left or right on the left analog stick, and that's the side you dismount from. So if I hold left while hitting Y, my guy's gonna go to the left. If I hold right, he's gonna go to the right. I thought that was kind of a cool thing to know. Next, and this is something I don't know how the hell you're supposed to find this if you didn't read the strategy guide, but basically more short whistles will call your horse quicker. And what I mean by that, let's take a look at the actual part in the strategy guide. Rockstar say there's an additional, although hidden, system that determines your horse's reactivity to your whistles, and it's called the response bar. The higher your bonding level, the more the response bar is extended. 4 segments at level 1, 6 segments at level 2, and 8 segments at level 3 and 4. Every time you tap or hold up to whistle, the bar fills incrementally. Broadly, each tap fills half of a segment at level 1, 1 segment at level 2 and 3, and 2 segments at level 4. The more you fill the response bar, the faster your horse gait will be when it moves towards you. And then in short, you can press up repeatedly to make your horse come to you more rapidly, and this works even better at higher bonding levels. So, like I said, I don't know how the hell you're supposed to find that out if you don't read the strategy guide. But basically, if you just keep tapping up on that D-pad when you're whistling, your horse will come quicker versus just tapping it once. This next thing is something that is kind of cheesing the system, but it's kind of annoying when, especially in some of these missions, it spawns you so far away from your horse because you don't end up using your horse during that mission. You use something else. And in that scenario, you either have to just walk until you find someone's horse to steal, or you have to walk into town and hope someone gives you a ride, or something. You have to do something else, which is kind of annoying. Well, in order to get your horse right next to you, all you have to do is quickly save the game and then reload that save. Everything will be fine, and your horse will spawn right next to you. Like I said, it's kind of cheesing the system. But if you are wanting to ride your own horse instead of someone else's, that's how you can do it. This next thing is such an amazing tip for hunting. The one problem with hunting is that you can only carry one big pelt or one big animal on your own horse. Well, if you have multiple horses, you can use all of them to hunt. You can see in the gameplay, I have 3 horses. You may even be able to push this up to 4. I don't know the limit. If someone wants to test, then you guys can let us know in the comment section. But I have 3 horses here, and I have 3 pelts and 3 animals, so I can get, triple the money. The way this works is you have to have your main horse, and then you also have to have at least another horse tamed, And on the mini map, you'll see that's like the horse icon. It's not the satchel icon. And then the third horse is just another horse that you can either steal or that you can get out of your stable. Honestly, the 2 horses that I got, they're not even stabled. I literally just stole them, and it only takes a couple of minutes to get it to level 1 at least, so it will follow you. But if you are going out hunting, this is such an amazing little helpful tip to allow you to get more. One of the final things, this is something, it makes sense, but I think a lot of people may not realize what's happening. If you're like me, and I know if you guys watch my streams, I am the worst at this. I crash into trees and rocks so often when I'm on my horse. And the reason is because I am actually controlling the horse. Well, when you're in forests and stuff, if you just hold the A button, or like tap the A button, and don't touch the left analog stick, your horse will naturally guide itself, and it will dodge rocks and trees and other obstacles in the way. And I think the problem comes when you try to dodge it yourself. It's sort of conflicting with what the horse is doing, and that's why sometimes you run into the trees and the rocks. So if you're in a forest, or if you're in a crowded area, just hold the A button, let the horse do what it wants to do, and you should be good. And then the final thing that I think is such an awesome little trinket, the Boar Talisman. This thing is really helpful for your horse. I believe what it does is permanently decrease the speed that the horse's health and stamina cores drain by 10%. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but it does come in handy. If you buy this, or you have to craft it, and the way to craft it, you need this, I think it's like the petrified wood, which is unfortunately found way up at the top of the map, I think by Lake Isabella. There's a chest up here in a little cave, and it's in that. But once you have that, you do need also the legendary boar. You could find that in the marsh north of Saint Denis. And then you also need a gold earring, which, by the way, took me forever to actually get. But once you do have all those items and you craft it, then that effect takes place. So your horse's health and stamina cores decrease by 10%. So that's, like I said, not a lot, but it does come in handy when you're riding constantly throughout the world. I mean, there's a lot of stamina being used when you're going from Saint Denis to Valentine, or, vice versa. So getting this early on will provide a pretty big benefit. So those were 7 or maybe even 8 things that you should know about your horse. Hopefully this makes your horsing experiences a lot better in RDR2. But thank you all for watching. Please drop the video a like if you did enjoy and found it helpful. Subscribe for more awesome Red Dead Redemption 2 videos. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.